Caitlin. I'm the transaction coordinator for the Peters Company, and today I'm here with Nikki Spillane of Skyline Pest Solutions. Thank you for being here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. So, Nikki, tell us a little bit about what sets Skyline apart from other pest control companies.
Okay, so Caitlin, that's pretty easy. From my perspective as a co-founder, we strive to open the doors with a different culture and mindset than any of the other companies that we would be competing against, just simply because we knew that we were going to be better equipped to provide better service. And if our mindset was based on the servant mentality and just taking care of our customers, that would perpetuate through any new hires. And our training program is top notch. Everybody starts and goes through the same program, whether they're going to work in one specific arena in our company or another. They all have to go through the same training. So basically you can interchange the positions, and that's not common in every company. But speaking more to the culture of the company, it's very much like Keller Williams. There's high expectations for each of the teammates, and they're very much held accountable. They're also given the opportunity to provide feedback even to the highest levels of the company. So with our town hall meetings that we have once a month, it gives the teammates an opportunity to speak directly to the chairman of the board and people down in Florida. So I think that's a phenomenon that doesn't exist in a lot of different companies, and definitely lends itself to closing the gap between the people that are high up in the company and the people that are perceived as the service professionals.
Right.
So, and the last thing that I would say that's different is we put a lot of emphasis on the back-end resolve way after the initial sale is made. So once you've been serviced, then you've been billed, any type of issue that would arise, or just maybe you don't have any issues, but when and if they do arise, how you handle those. And we tend to handle those swiftly, fairly, and always geared for the customer.
I agree. Well, y'all have definitely saved us a couple times, so we can speak to that firsthand. So tell our homeowners your #1 tip about termites.
Okay, so I talk to homeowners all the time. I meet them in various places, Home Depot, Lowe's, restaurants. If they see my shirt, I might get stopped to ask questions. The #1 thing is pest control. Obviously, we would love to be the provider of that service, and there are a ton of homeowners out there that believe that they can take care of it on their own.
Right.
To a certain degree, depending on the landscape and the conducive conditions around the house, you may be able to take care of your normal pests, with products that you can buy at the stores. With termite, though, you always need to leverage the liability of termite damage onto another company. It's way more affordable to do that. And then, if you get termites, there's no problem. They get treated for free, and then the damage is taken care of by the company. If you wait until you have a problem to put that service in place, then you're not only going to have the cost of the treatment, which you would have anyway, but now you've got to fix all that damage yourself that was caused. So you're out all that extra money that would, in the beginning, be transferred over to the company that has the bond.
Right.
So that's a general tip, not just from Skyline, but that's to all homeowners. Leverage that liability onto another company. Definitely a smart thing to do. So
yes,
with pest control, you can try to do it, but you can't. You can always fall back to a company.
Right.
But in the termite side, you're going to get behind yourself if you don't get the bond in place as soon as possible.
And we always suggest to our homeowners that they get that in place when they purchase their home. So besides termites, what other pest control do y'all handle at Skyline?
Okay, so all of our services are geared around pests, okay? But, so ants, roaches, general pest control, we do that on the residential side, for not only single-family homes, but we also do multifamily and townhouse communities and things like that. And that ranges all the way from ants to bed bugs, which are severe, So everything in between we take care of. Then obviously the termite side, we're a very large company in the Metro Atlanta market on termite warranties, and we've been able to tout that ours is very ironclad and geared for the homeowner. Moving from termite, then we also have mosquito, which is a seasonal problem, and it's a problem because the pests mosquitoes are the reason that dogs get heartworms. That's the sole reason why dogs get heartworms. So that's a health issue there, and it can be a health issue for humans. Just, when you're vectoring diseases through different types of mosquitoes, we don't have a big problem in Atlanta like that, but it's more of a quality of life service that people will engage in from the spring around to October. So if you have a really nice, $20,000 or $30,000 backyard and you can't enjoy it because there's mosquitoes back there, that can be a problem.
Yes.
So, and it's very affordable and it's very effective and it's extremely safe. So the mosquito, and I like to separate that because it is a seasonal, not a year-long treatment plan. We also have what's called TAP installation. Okay, TAP stands for Thermal Acoustic Pest Control Installation. It's all recycled newspaper and cardboard, and then when they mill it, they stretch out the fibers and they apply product to it. It's got its own EPA label, so it is a pesticide that's interwoven in the fabric of the insulation.
Okay.
So when ants and roaches crawl through it, they're eventually going to die. Okay, so it's really good because there's a lot of roaches that people have a problem with that come from trees and they come in through the roof line. So if you have that insulation in your attic, you're going to be very well prepared to couple that with a regular pest control program. You're going to be way better off having that up there. But it's also the best insulation that's on the market. It outperforms fiberglass insulation by 32%, which is a huge jump.
Yeah.
I have it in my house, and the year that I put it down, the whole year after that, I saved over $1,000 in energy costs.
Wow.
So from the moment that service is done, it starts paying for itself from the moment we drive out of the driveway.
Yeah.
So that's a really great service that's new to the industry. Not everybody takes advantage of TAP, and you must be a licensed pest control company to actually provide that type of insulation because it does have an EPA label. The big service that we're really proud of is our wildlife division.
Okay.
Stuart Cloud's a wildlife biologist graduated from the University of Georgia. He came on board in 2010, and we grew that side of the business from zero. So we just took our existing customers and let them know, hey, we do this kind of work. Now, as you know, in the real estate transactions, it seems like everybody has rodents, or they've got some sort of issue in their attics or, on the roof line. And so that service, it starts with inspection, identifying what animals might be in the attic or in the living space, or in the yard, for that matter. We deal with moles and chipmunks and all kinds of stuff that don't come in the house.
Right.
So the big thing about that service is the quality of the inspection, identifying all the entry points. They could be at the base of the foundation, or they could be at the roof line where the gutters are.
Okay.
Once we identify all the entry points, then we can work on trapping what is in there and removing it from the house.
Okay.
So nothing actually will die at the house when we have that service engaged, unless we're dealing with just rats and mice. Those things sometimes in a trap, what have you. But the main idea behind the wildlife division is to relocate any wildlife. There's taking miles and miles away and drop it off where it might be needed. And there's zones of areas around Atlanta where they need raccoons, they need possums. So part of our responsibility is to populate those areas if we can, if it's feasible.
Yeah.
And then we seal the house up. All of the areas that had any kind of openings, we seal the house up and guarantee the work so that the homeowner doesn't have to face the large expense of doing that again. Each year that service is in place, the homeowner has the opportunity of renewing it annually for just $100, $150. So to not have to pay $12 or $18 is a lot better, and that renewable warranty is also transferable to the next homeowner. If someone comes in and buys it, then they don't have to worry about bats and rats and things like that. They just pay the $150 a year and they move on just like a termite bomb.
Very interesting.
So.
Well, that was so informative. I learned a couple of things today, and I'm sure that our homeowners have as well. Thank you again for being here.
Absolutely.
And if y'all want to reach out to Mickey to ask him any questions, you can contact us at the Peters Company, and we will be happy to put you in touch with him today. Thank you.